Chapter 1: Beyond the Surface, A Journey into the Abyss. Imagine standing before the endless horizon of the ocean, a place where the boundary between sky and water dissolves, and the vast blue seems to stretch forever. The waves rise and fall with a slow, rhythmic pulse, the heartbeat of our planet. Each swell hides a story, and each ripple whispers of mysteries unseen. Tonight, we begin our descent, down from the sunlit shallows where coral gardens bloom, down past the reefs that dance with life and color, and into the endless shadow below, a place where sunlight fades and a different world begins. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, yet less than 5% of its floor has ever been mapped in detail. We have walked on the moon, landed probes on Mars, but the depths of our own Earth remain more alien than any distant world. As you listen, let your breath slow. Feel it rise and fall like the tides. We're leaving the surface behind now. The light above us softens to gold, then blue, then deepening indigo. Below, a silence begins to grow, heavy, ancient, and infinite. At 30 meters, the colors begin to vanish. Reds are the first to fade, then oranges, yellows, and greens, until the world around becomes a realm of shifting blues and shadows. Fish dart past, flashes of silver in the gloom. They seem to shimmer with the last remnants of daylight. At 200 meters, we reach the twilight zone, a place the sun can no longer reach directly. Here, perpetual dusk reigns. Creatures move slowly, conserving every fragment of energy. Strange, transparent beings drift in the currents, their bodies glowing faintly with inner light. They are lanterns in the dark sea. At 500 meters, the last threads of light dissolve completely. Now begins the midnight zone, a world of pure darkness. The pressure rises, crushing, relentless, more than 50 times what we feel at the surface. Yet here, life thrives. Small fish with mirror-like skin glide silently through the blackness. Their scales reflect any hint of light, a form of invisibility. Some produce light themselves, bioluminescence, a living glow that has evolved in countless ways, to lure prey, to confuse predators, to find a mate, or simply to be seen in a realm without sunlight. It is said that more than 80% of all bioluminescent creatures on Earth live in this dark ocean. Every spark, every glimmer is a sign of survival. Listen, even the silence here has a voice. The gentle hum of distant currents, the creak of water pressing against unseen forms, the soft pulse of life adapting to impossible conditions. At 1,000 meters, we enter the realm where the ocean becomes a pressure forge. Every square inch bears the weight of an entire building. No human could survive unaided here. And yet, life endures. Creatures have become soft, almost liquid, their bodies yielding to the ocean instead of resisting it. A jellyfish drifts past, its bell pulsating slowly, trailing tendrils that stretch for meters behind it, filaments glowing with ghostly blue. Each pulse sends a faint shimmer through the water, like starlight scattered in the void. The deeper we go, the more we begin to sense the enormity of this unseen world. Mountains rise from the ocean floor, taller than Everest, and trenches plunge deeper than any canyon on land. Here, the geography of the sea is vast and violent. Volcanoes erupt in silence. Rivers of molten rock flow beneath crushing blackness, and tectonic plates grind slowly against each other in an eternal dance. We pass through a cloud of tiny organisms, planktonic drifters glowing green and violet. Each one is a microscopic miracle, feeding the great engine of the ocean's life cycle. They die, sink, and decompose, raining nutrients onto the abyssal plains far below. This is the marine snow, a slow, constant fall of organic dust that sustains life in the dark. Imagine flakes of time itself descending endlessly, the remnants of life feeding the future of life. A perfect circle beneath the sea. At 2,000 meters, the temperature drops near freezing. Water that once bathed in tropical sunlight is now dense, cold, and ancient. This water may not have touched the surface for centuries. It moves with glacial patience, carrying secrets from ages past. Here, colossal squid hunt in the dark, their tentacles stretching longer than a bus, their eyes the size of dinner plates, able to detect the faintest flicker of movement. They are hunters of the unseen, ghosts of the deep. The deeper we drift, the slower everything becomes. Even time feels heavy here. Every motion, every flick of a fin is deliberate, measured against the cost of survival. At 4,000 meters, we reach the abyssal plain, a vast, endless desert of fine sediment, where ancient remains of marine snow accumulate in silence. Yet this desert teems with life, starfish shaped like flowers, slender sea cucumbers that glide like pale spirits, and colonies of brittle worms that wave their filaments in the slow currents, feeding on the drifting snow of the upper world. These creatures live without sunlight, without seasons, without sound, and yet they endure, as they have for millions of years. The sheer scale of it is staggering. The ocean floor stretches for thousands of kilometers, flat, silent, endless. Above it rise the trenches, narrow scars in the earth's crust that plunge even deeper. We will reach them later, but for now, we linger in this solemn plain, the quiet foundation of our living world. Somewhere above, storms rage across the surface, waves crash upon distant shores, but none of that sound reaches here. Here, there is only the slow hum of eternity. As you listen, imagine your breath syncing with the rhythm of the ocean. Each inhale, a wave rising. Each exhale, a wave falling. You are drifting gently through the heart of the sea. The creatures around you emit faint pulses of light. A silent language, a communication older than speech. Each glow carries meaning, a signal of movement, a warning, an invitation. The ocean speaks, but never with words. In the distance, we glimpse a slope, a cliff descending into darker shadow. Our descent continues, but the sensation of falling has softened. We're not plunging now. We are gliding, surrendering, becoming one with the rhythm of the deep. And as we drift, it becomes clear that this is not an alien world. It is our world, the vast, hidden part of it that sustains everything above. Every breath we take, every cloud that forms, every raindrop that falls, begins with the ocean. Down here, we see its true scale, not as an expanse of water, but as the beating heart of Earth itself. The currents that flow here feed the plankton that feeds the fish that feeds the world. The deep circulations move heat, regulating the planet's temperature. The ocean is not just a feature of Earth, it is Earth. We are not apart from it, we are born of it. Our bodies carry the same salt, the same water, the same minerals. We are, in essence, walking oceans, pieces of this vast blue soul given form. As we continue to drift through the darkness, you begin to feel it, a strange calm, a gentle recognition. The abyss, for all its mystery, feels familiar, peaceful, ancient, patient. The deeper we go, the more the ocean feels like a dream, a slow, timeless breathing that has always existed. We reach 5,000 meters. There is no light now, only the glow of life, tiny, deliberate, beautiful. Here, pressure and silence reign supreme, yet still, life continues. The abyss is not a void, it is a cradle, a place of beginnings, not endings. And as we hover in this immense darkness, let your thoughts drift freely, like plankton carried on unseen currents. You are no longer an observer. You are part of the deep, weightless, boundless, eternal. Chapter 2. Pressure cooker engineering life in extreme conditions. Beneath the immense silence of the deep, the ocean becomes something else, a forge of creation, a crucible of unthinkable pressure. Down here, at depths beyond 6,000 meters, the weight of the sea above is beyond comprehension. Every square inch of space is crushed beneath more than 8 tons of force. To exist in such a place seems impossible, and yet, life has found a way. The creatures of the deep are not survivors by chance. They are engineers of existence, the result of countless ages of adaptation and transformation. Their bodies are not armored against the deep, they are sculpted by it. Imagine the immense force pressing in from all sides, a silent, invisible hand shaping the very essence of life. Here, the rules are different. Here, resistance is not strength. Yielding is. The creatures that live in this crushing darkness have evolved in ways that defy everything we know of biology. Their bones are soft or absent. Their organs are elastic. Their cells are filled with special molecules that prevent collapse, that keep membranes flexible under crushing pressure. A jellyfish drifts past, a perfect design of yielding. Its bell pulses slowly, each movement gentle, deliberate. It bends and flexes, allowing the weight of the ocean to pass through it, never fighting, only flowing. Nearby, a deep-sea snailfish glides gracefully over a rocky slope. Its skin is translucent, its body delicate, almost liquid. And yet, this fragile being lives where steel would buckle and glass would shatter. Its strength lies in its softness, its survival, in its surrender. It is here that we see the pure genius of evolution, the way life learns not to fight the impossible, but to dance with it. Pressure shapes everything. It compresses time and motion. It slows metabolism. It rewrites the rhythm of being. Down here, a heartbeat is a whisper. A breath is a luxury. And every flicker of light is a declaration. I exist. I endure. Hydrothermal vents rise from the ocean floor like black towers. They exhale columns of mineral-rich water, heated by the molten heart of the earth itself. Around them, life gathers in abundance. In this realm without sunlight, another form of energy reigns. Chemosynthesis. Here, bacteria and archaea feed on chemical energy. Hydrogen sulfide, methane, and iron, transforming poison into sustenance. They're the architects of a food web that thrives entirely without light. These microorganisms form mats and films on rocks, and around them gather creatures of impossible design. Tube worms with blood-red plumes, white crabs with bristled arms, and shrimp that shimmer like embers in the... Each of them depends on those unseen bacteria, just as life on the surface depends on plants and sunlight. It is a different kind of ecology, a shadow version of the world above, a reminder that life does not need light, it only needs energy, and the will to use it. The vent fields hum with unseen activity, the heat, the minerals, the chemistry, all of it forming a symphony of survival. Every molecule that rises here becomes a note in an ancient song that began long before we were born. Some scientists believe that this, not the surface, was where life on Earth first began, not in the warm light of shallow seas, but in the dark, mineral-rich vents of the deep. If true, it means that the origins of all living things lie not in sunlight, but in darkness and heat, born beneath crushing pressure and nurtured by the planet's molten breath. Imagine it, billions of years ago, when the ocean was young and wild, tiny bubbles formed in the mineral walls of vents, filled with heat and chemical energy. Inside those bubbles, simple molecules began to link, to spiral, to awaken, and from that awakening, life. The story of the deep is the story of beginnings, and every creature that now swims here is a living echo of that first spark. As we drift past the vents, the temperature changes suddenly. A few meters can mean the difference between near freezing and boiling. Yet even here, life has mastered balance. It clings to the edges, thrives in the gradients. The giant tube worms stand motionless, their red plumes absorbing nutrients from the vent's exhalations. They have no mouths, no stomachs. Inside, symbiotic bacteria perform all digestion, a perfect union between host and microbe. Two species, one survival. Elsewhere, amphipods, tiny shrimp-like creatures, crawl across the sea floor in ghostly clusters. Their bodies are transparent, their movements delicate. They feed on falling marine snow, in the drifting remnants of ancient life. Even in this darkness, there is a strange serenity. The deep is not hostile, it is balanced. Every organism has its place, every adaptation its reason. It is a realm of cooperation, not competition, where the smallest bacteria sustain the mightiest predators, and every death feeds the next beginning. A fragile fish drifts near, its lantern-like lure glowing faintly. It waits, patient, still, timeless. Its light attracts smaller prey, but also signals to others of its kind. A flicker of recognition in the dark. Everything here has evolved to waste nothing. No motion without purpose. No energy spent without gain. Even the darkness itself feels alive, folding and unfolding with unseen movement. As we hover, the immense pressure presses upon us too, not as pain, but as presence, a reminder of the ocean's power, and of the delicate balance that defines life here. Pressure is the sculptor of the abyss. It crushes, yes, but it also refines. It teaches softness. It demands surrender. The deep-sea creatures understand this law, not through thought, but through form. Their very being is an answer to the question of how to live, when the world itself seems intent on ending you, and perhaps in their silent way, they hold wisdom for us as well, to live not by resisting pressure, but by flowing with it, to bend, not break, to yield, not surrender, in every glowing jelly, in every drifting worm, in every slow heartbeat beneath the crushing dark, there is resilience. Not born of defiance, but of harmony. This is the great paradox of the deep. The higher the pressure, the gentler the life, the harsher the environment, the more elegant the adaptation. And so, the ocean teaches us, life does not merely survive in extremes, it perfects itself there. In the silence, we drift through an ancient cathedral, a place where the laws of survival have been rewritten by time. The walls are made of water, the floor of pressure, and everywhere the hymn of life continues, soft, luminous, unending. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it, a vibration deep within the water, a song sung not with voices, but with being itself. It says, I am still here, I have always been here, and I will remain. This is the essence of the deep, not despair, but endurance, not emptiness, but elegance. A living tapestry woven in the dark, stitched together by pressure and time. We drift onward, the faint lights of the vent fields fading behind us. Ahead lies the abyss proper, a realm deeper still, colder, darker, and older than memory. Yet as we leave this place, we carry something with us, a quiet understanding. The ocean's deepest truth is not hidden in its creatures, nor in its chemistry, but in its patience. It waits, it adapts, it endures, and in doing so, it reveals what life truly means. Chapter 3, Discovery Deep, the tech that takes us there. For most of human history, the deep ocean was a mystery, a vast, dark world beyond reach, spoken of in myth and imagination. We called it the abyss, the underworld of the sea, a place not meant for us. But curiosity has always been our oldest compass. It pulls us toward the unknown. It whispers that even in the darkest depths, there is something to discover. And so we began to build. At first, we could only dream of what lay below. Early sailors peered over the sides of wooden ships, lowering weighted ropes into the dark, measuring the unseen with touch and patience. The line descended endlessly, vanishing into silence. They pulled it back with stories, cold, strange mud clinging to its end, the first message from the deep. But over centuries, our dreams grew bold. We imagined descending into that darkness ourselves, not as conquerors, but as witnesses. In the early 20th century, two men, William Beeg and Otis Barton, built a steel sphere they called the bathysphere. It was simple, primitive by modern standards, a hollow ball with tiny windows, lowered into the deep by a cable. But it was enough. In 1930, they began their descent. Through a small window, BB saw a world no human had ever witnessed before. Creatures glowing like stars, shapes no one could name. He described fish with luminous stripes, jelly forms pulsing like living jewels. The darkness was alive. They reached nearly a kilometer below the surface, a record for their time. When they returned, the world above had changed. For the first time, we knew that life existed in the deep. That descent opened the door. By the 1960s, new explorers arrived, not dreamers this time, but engineers and scientists, armed with machines designed to defy the ocean's crushing weight. In 1960, the Trieste, a submersible built in Italy and operated by the US Navy, made history. Inside its pressure sphere sat two men, Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh. Their destination, the Challenger Deep of the Mariana Trench, the deepest known point on Earth. For nearly 5 hours, they descended through the darkness, falling 7 miles beneath the surface. Outside, the pressure reached over 1,000 atmospheres. The hull groaned, the lights flickered. Yet, they continued downward. And then the bottom, a flat, gray plain of silt, illuminated only by the faint glow of their lamps. A fish, white and flat, drifted by, alive. Proof, once again, that life exists even here, in the most extreme environment on Earth. They stayed for 20 minutes, and then they rose. When they surfaced, Piccard spoke softly, his voice almost reverent. By exploring the deep, we discover the soul of the Earth. That journey changed everything. Since then, our machines have evolved, from steel spheres to delicate, precise instruments that glide through the ocean like creatures themselves. Remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, are now our eyes in the abyss. Tethered to ships above, they descend quietly, sending streams of data and video back to the surface. Their cameras pierce the dark. Their robotic arms collect samples from vents, sediments, and living organisms we have never seen before. When an ROV's light touches the ocean floor, the darkness shimmers to life. Strange fish twisting through the glow, corals blooming in places once thought barren, crabs dancing along vents that breathe the Earth's heat. Each descent reveals something new, a color, a texture, a movement no one has ever described. We give them names, but even naming feels inadequate. The deep remains beyond language. ROVs have captured images of translucent octopuses that drift like ghosts, jellyfish that pulse with rhythmic luminescence, and worms that glisten with metallic sheen. Some of these creatures have no known relatives. They exist nowhere else on Earth. Each time a camera pans across the seafloor, there's a sense of quiet wonder, as if the ocean itself allows only brief glimpses and then withdraws again into mystery. Beyond ROVs are autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, machines that roam freely without tethers, mapping terrain with sonar and laser light. They move silently, sensing the curvature of mountains hidden beneath the waves. Their data paints pictures, valleys, ridges, trenches, the true topography of our planet. Through them, we have discovered features larger than entire continents, rifts that stretch thousands of miles, volcanoes that rise from unseen plains, and ecosystems so vast and ancient, they reshape our understanding of life itself. Imagine watching these images appear on a screen for the first time, an alien landscape yet unmistakably Earth. And then there are the human-occupied vehicles, the descendants of Trieste and Bathysphere, submersibles like Alvin Shinkai 6500 and Limiting Factor. Each one a vessel of courage. They carry explorers into the abyss, encased in titanium shells, supported by teams of scientists and engineers. Inside, the world is silent, only the hum of instruments, the soft exhale of oxygen. Outside the window, the infinite dark, and then slowly, a flicker of life, a shrimp glowing blue, a jelly drifting past, a vent rising from the shadows like a cathedral spire. The explorers describe it as humbling, to witness the power of the ocean and realize how small, how fragile humanity truly is. Each descent is a meditation, not just a mission, but a communion. These technologies have allowed us to map the deepest trenches, to record the first sounds of the abyss, to collect samples of water older than recorded history. They've revealed creatures that rewrite biology, fish with antifreeze in their blood, snails armored with iron, worms that eat stone and exhale methane. Every dive deepens the mystery. For every discovery made, 10 new questions emerge. How do these creatures reproduce in eternal darkness? What do they eat? How long do they live? Do they feel the passing of time the way we do? We do not yet know, but our machines continue to ask. Each probe, each descent, each sonar ping is a question cast into the dark. And slowly, the deep begins to answer. The ocean is vast, its volume beyond human measure, but with every expedition, we are piecing together its portrait. Every image, every sample, every echo of sound is a brushstroke on the canvas of the abyss. And what we see is staggering. The deep is not chaos. It is order beyond comprehension. Currents move with mathematical precision. Life adapts with artful balance. Ecosystems rise and fall in patterns too vast for one lifetime to observe. Our technology has made us witnesses, but the ocean remains the storyteller. There are moments when ROV cameras catch glimpses of things we cannot explain. A flash of movement, a shimmer that vanishes before the light can focus. Shapes that seem alive, but fade into the dark as if unwilling to be known. And perhaps that is the ocean's secret, to reveal just enough to keep us searching. Each expedition returns with wonders and whispers. Images of delicate corals blooming at 6,000 meters. Footage of fish drifting through chemical clouds unbothered. Faint recordings of the earth itself. The deep's own voice. A low, resonant hum. We send machines down to listen, to translate that hum into data. But what they bring back feels more like poetry. The ocean speaks in frequencies, and every ping, every echo, reminds us how much remains unspoken. Above, the research vessels float, tiny specks on the vastness of blue. Below, their instruments drift through silence, older than time itself. Each dive takes years of preparation, each discovery, decades of patience. But the reward is not gold or fame. It is understanding. It is all. In the eyes of those who explore the deep, you can see it. The quiet reverence of standing at the edge of infinity. They are modern pilgrims, seeking not gods but truth. Every circuit, every lens, every pressure-resistant seal is a prayer for knowledge, a small human gesture toward the vast unknown. And yet, for all our technology, the deep remains distant. Our lights reach only meters. Our sensors, only echoes. We have touched the bottom only a handful of times. The rest waits, silent, enduring, invisible. Still we return, again and again, because the ocean calls to us, because somewhere in its uncharted depths, it holds the answers to our beginnings. Every machine we send is an extension of that call. Every explorer who descends is a reflection of our oldest desire, to understand where we come from and what still lies beneath. The deep may never be fully known, but in reaching for it, we remember what it means to wonder. And that, perhaps, is the greatest discovery of all. Chapter 4, Unveiling Alien Worlds, Trench by Trench. Beneath the rolling waves of our familiar seas lies a world few will ever see. Not a flat blue plain, but a vast sculpted universe. Mountains taller than Everest, valleys deeper than imagination, and trenches that slice through the earth's crust, like ancient scars of creation itself. Each trench tells a story, a fragment of the planet's memory, written not in ink, but in pressure, darkness, and time. Imagine descending into one of these abysses. At first the light fades gently, sunlight scattering into silvers and soft blues. Then, at a few hundred meters, the world shifts. Color drains away. The last rays dissolve into shadow. You are surrounded by blue so deep it feels infinite. And then blackness. Total, unyielding night. The world of the trenches begins here. The water grows heavy, pressing from all sides like a living weight. Temperatures drop. The hum of the surface vanishes. Only the slow rhythm of your own breath remains. In this stillness, you begin to feel the planet's heartbeat. The first of these great abysses, the Mariana Trench, lies in the western Pacific, a crescent of darkness stretching over 1,500 miles. Its deepest point, the Challenger Deep, plunges nearly 11 kilometers below sea level. Down there, the pressure is beyond comprehension, over 8 tons pressing on every square inch. A single human body would be crushed instantly, yet the creatures who call it home thrive as though weightless. They drift through blackness like whispers, amorphous, translucent, their bodies shimmering faintly in the light of bioluminescence. Some have no eyes, others eyes that see only glows and shadows. Each movement is slow, deliberate, as if the act of existing itself requires great care. Among the silts and rocks, delicate starfish cling to the seabed, and amphipods, small shrimp-like beings, crawl across the soft terrain as though walking on another planet. They feed on fragments that fall from above, the marine snow, tiny remains of life from the upper world, raining endlessly down through darkness. Here, everything moves to a different rhythm. Time itself feels slower, older, measured not in hours or days, but in the steady drift of sediment and the rise of bubbles from vents that breathe the Earth's interior heat. The walls of the trench are sheer, falling away into voids of black. Their surfaces are alive with strange textures, rock fused by ancient subduction, crust older than memory. In some places, entire mountains have been swallowed whole, their peaks crushed and folded into the trench floor like paper under stone. And yet, amidst this crushing stillness, there is beauty. Every so often, a flicker of light passes through the gloom, a jellyfish pulsing with violet hues, a school of small fish shimmering like embers, a soft luminescent trail left by something unseen. It is as though the darkness itself breathes light. Scientists have begun to map these places with precision once thought impossible, but even their most detailed images can't capture the feeling of the trenches, the sense of infinite space, curving inward and downward, a cathedral built from silence. Beyond the Mariana lies the Tonga Trench in the South Pacific, one of the most active subduction zones on Earth. Here, the Pacific Plate dives beneath the Indo-Australian Plate, creating a chasm so deep that even sound struggles to travel. The seafloor trembles, earthquakes ripple through the walls, and hydrothermal vents exhale, superheated plumes that glow faintly in the dark. From these vents emerge strange colonies of life, worms without mouths, crabs with translucent shells, and bacteria that feed on chemicals instead of sunlight. They live on energy drawn from the Earth's molten heart. It is life not as we know it, but as it could exist elsewhere in the universe. A clue, perhaps, to how life began, not in the light, but in the dark. Move further south, and you reach the Kermadec Trench, a place of stillness and quiet grandeur. Here, ROVs glide through the dark like slow, drifting spirits. Their cameras capture coral gardens, growing where no light should reach, pale, ghostly forests of calcium and life. Amid them, fish hover in serene suspension, unmoved by the passing of time. Each trench reveals its own language, its own ecosystem, its own form of silence. To the east lies the Peru-Chile Trench, hugging the western edge of South America. It stretches thousands of kilometers, a hidden mirror of the Andes above. As mountains rise from tectonic collision, the trench deepens, a balance of creation and destruction that has continued for millions of years. Here, sediment flows like slow rivers, silt whispering down slopes, carving patterns into the deep. Sometimes, massive underwater avalanches occur, whole layers of the seabed sliding down into the dark. These events can last hours, moving silently, reshaping the ocean floor as if the earth were breathing. Far to the north, the Kuro-Kamchatka Trench arcs beside Russia and Japan. Cold water dominates here, dense, oxygen-rich, home to creatures that thrive in freezing darkness. Their bodies are adapted to withstand pressure and cold that would kill any surface being in moments. Strange fish patrol the depths, their fins long and thread-like, their mouths filled with rows of fine, glassy teeth. Each one glows faintly, as though carrying a spark of the stars within. When submersibles visit these regions, their lights reveal ancient scars, craters, and fractures that mark the violent history of the planet. Each one tells of earthquakes, of magma flows, of mountains born and erased beneath the sea. And still deeper, there are trenches we've barely touched. The Java Trench, the Puerto Rico Trench, the Philippine Trench, each with its own mysteries, its own pulse. They are alien worlds beneath our own, unreachable yet connected to us through the same planetary breath. In some of these places, microbial life lives off gases and minerals, feeding on the earth itself. In others, gelatinous creatures drift aimlessly, their translucent forms illuminated only by the soft light of passing ROVs. They seem otherworldly, yet there is something familiar in their quiet persistence, a reflection of life's endless determination to exist, to endure, to adapt. It is no wonder that when astronauts describe the feeling of looking into space, they compare it to the deep ocean. Both are vast, both are silent, and both hold the promise of infinite mystery. For scientists, the trenches are laboratories, places where physics, biology, and time intertwine in ways we barely understand. For dreamers, they are reminders that our world still holds secrets, that not all the maps have been drawn. Every trench explored adds a brushstroke to the portrait of Earth, a portrait not of surfaces, but of depths. And in those depths, we see ourselves reflected. We too are layered, bright at the surface, shadowed beneath, carrying unseen pressures, and yet, somehow, filled with light. Perhaps that is why these places feel so spiritual, why the deep sea humbles us. It is the mirror of the soul of the planet. In every crevice, in every cold current, in every creature glowing faintly against the void, there is a whisper of creation itself. The trenches are not barren. They are cradles of life. And though they lie in darkness, they are illuminated, not by sunlight, but by persistence, by evolution, by the quiet fire of existence. Somewhere down there, in the unbroken silence, new species drift, unknown, unnamed, waiting for the light of our machines to pass by. But the ocean is patient. It reveals itself slowly, with grace. And maybe that's the lesson the trenches teach, that discovery isn't about speed or conquest or answers. It's about listening. It's about stillness. It's about awe. For in the end, the deepest places of Earth remind us of the simplest truth, that we are still explorers, adrift in the unknown, drawn ever deeper by the quiet, eternal call of the abyss. Chapter 5, The Abyss Within, Reflections from the Deep. In the end, the ocean is not only a place, it is a mirror, a living reflection of the unseen depths within each of us. The surface world, bright, busy, loud, is the realm of what we show. But beneath it, below the rippling light of consciousness, lies something far older and infinitely more profound. The deep. It is in that silence, the same silence that reigns miles beneath the waves, that the mind begins to settle and the self begins to listen. The ocean's deepest trenches are more than scars upon the planet's crust. They are symbols of mystery, of pressure, of time, of patience. And as we explore them, we begin to understand that we too are layered worlds, Our own emotions, memories, and thoughts exist in strata. Some near the surface, bright and shifting, others buried far below, dense and ancient, shaped by pressures we barely recognize. As we drift here, in this imagined descent through the final trench, the sound fades until there is nothing left but the heartbeat of the earth and the echo of our own breath. The water grows denser, the light disappears, and yet there is no fear, only stillness, only the rhythm of being. This is the place beyond distraction, beyond noise, where even thought becomes slow, where time feels suspended, and the soul, for a moment, floats freely. Imagine it now, you drifting deeper, past the last glimmers of light, past the reach of storms, past the pull of the surface world. The deeper you go, the quieter it becomes. The noise of life fades into a soft, endless hum. In that quiet, you begin to feel the weight of your own existence, not as burden, but as presence. Every layer of you, every memory, every heartbeat presses gently inward, holding you together, just as the ocean holds the earth. It is a strange comfort to know that pressure, even immense pressure, is not always an enemy. It can be the thing that defines shape, that refines essence, that turns chaos into balance. The creatures of the abyss understand this. They do not fight the weight of their world. They yield to it. They live within it, and so can we. The deeper we go within ourselves, the more we learn to breathe under our own pressures, to adapt, to soften, to flow. In the deepest parts of the ocean, light is born from within. Bioluminescent creatures carry their own glow, their own warmth, their own stars. Perhaps that is what the human spirit does as well. When the world outside grows dark, we find the light that lives inside. Down here, there is no sense of beginning or end. The boundaries between self and sea dissolve. You are no longer an observer. You are a part of the deep. Every breath you take feels timeless. Every thought drifts like a current, softly dissolving into the vastness. The abyss teaches that silence is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is awareness spread wide, the kind of quiet that listens to everything at once. In this stillness, you can sense the memory of the planet itself. The same waters that now cradle you once touched the shores of ancient continents, once bore witness to the rise of life, once held the first single cell that would become everything. The ocean remembers, and in some ways so do we, because we carry its salt in our blood, its rhythm in our hearts, its tides in our emotions. We are the ocean, walking on land. As you drift deeper still, imagine yourself as weightless, no longer bound by gravity, or time, or thought, just a point of awareness, floating in endless blue-black calm. The pressure here is unimaginable, but it does not harm you. It holds you steady, cradles you, keeps you from unraveling. It is the same with life. The pressures that seem too heavy to bear often shape us most profoundly. They compress us into clarity, refine us into strength, teach us the art of stillness. And just as the deepest creatures glow with their own light, so too does the human heart find its luminescence in darkness. A faint shimmer appears around you, a slow pulse of turquoise and violet. It moves like a heartbeat in the water, a reminder that even in the blackest depths, beauty persists. Every particle of that light is life, continuing, evolving, becoming. There is peace in that thought, a peace that stretches far beyond fear or wonder, for in the deep, everything is connected. The smallest bacteria to the largest leviathan, the distant trench to the waves above, the silence of the abyss to the silence within your own soul. You drift, and time becomes liquid. The earth hums faintly, a tone so low it feels more than it's heard. It moves through you like warmth, like the whisper of eternity. This is the sound of existence, the pulse of the planet, the same rhythm that has echoed for billions of years. The ocean is not an alien world. It is our origin, our cradle, and every descent into its depths is in truth a return. You begin to rise now, slowly, as though carried by invisible currents. The darkness lightens to a deep cobalt, then to soft gray blue. Above, faint rays begin to shimmer through the water. As you ascend, you bring with you everything the deep has taught. That silence is sacred, that pressure is creation, that light is not always external. You surface at last, the air cool and gentle on your face. The horizon stretches endless, the ocean breathing around you, and in that breath, the exhalation of the sea, you hear the echo of the abyss, soft and eternal. It whispers, "You are not separate. You never were. You are the surface and the deep, the light and the dark, the question and the answer. And even when you cannot see the bottom, you are never lost. For the ocean within you always knows the way home." Thank you for journeying into the deep. If this voyage brought you peace, a moment of stillness, or a glimpse of wonder, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Each click helps these explorations continue, carrying more dreamers into the quiet heart of the ocean. Until our next descent, rest well, breathe deeply, and let the tides carry you home.